very interesting method. It's a brilliant, okay, this one is more themes. One solution here, you have to make it again continuous line, and then you have to make it continuous line as a cube. And this one is going to be double solution, so things are getting more interesting, more efficient. Now this is even more efficient. The magic days, this is very hard because it's not symmetric. The previous one, here, it was symmetric, anti-symmetric if you want. But this one, there is nothing symmetric about it. And it had one double flat solution, so this line continues on the other side as well. This is not solved, this is scrambled, because you can see there's a tree here, there's three of them, which is wrong. And this one is one cubic solution, which is one loop, and there's another solution on the other side, which is two loops, which is quite interesting property. This one I just made for one person. I don't know if you know Darren Grew. He's the only one who has this one. But I like the glittery stuff. The Magic Octopus. It's one of my favorites. It's a 4-tile puzzle, but at the top, there's 8 tentacles. And I did not expect that the puzzle would work so nicely. It can be scrambled very nicely in more than one ways. All 8 flat positions are accessible. And the goal here is to start from an angry octopus, which is red color, and you have to calm it down and make it a little bit green color. So this is the front part and the back part. The front part and the back part. Those two are the same. And it's quite tricky. Similar for Pantazis. This it was part of the first puzzle I ever sent to the design competition in 2007 in Australia. And you just need to go from the columns here, the coordinate columns, and then find the secret city of Pantazis. So it was an interesting puzzle. It wasn't very easy as well. It was too difficult, and nobody was able to solve it. This combines two previous, combines the symmetric one from the Magic Craze and the diagonal one from the Magic Craze. That's combining two. I was inspired by Mark Whitcomb, the guy from Australia, in Perth as well, who did a habit of another puzzle. So I said, okay, I could probably combine and make 2 puzzles into one. So it's just interesting. Okay, this is a different thing. This is more, I was trying to test how it can expand. So this is a spherical cube, it's around 30 tiles. So this is contracted, this is when it's expanded. So it wasn't really a puzzle, I just wanted to do some testing. So level 0 for this one. Then I made some other ones with the twisty puzzle themes, and in the center you will always have a specific puzzle after doing some manipulation. And this was actually the first puzzle that was copied by Chinese. So this is the sports magic. And it uses different balls. You can see there's cricket, there's baseball, there's tennis, lots of different sports. Then we got the magic line. This is when I started to think, what if I do the connection a little bit differently? And as you can see, we can have a Mobius type, but it's very stretchy. So I said, okay, maybe I should do something bigger, so it can be more clear. And actually, this was more interesting. So this is the magic strip, as I call it. It uses 24 tiles. And as you can see, there's those little ends that walk around. The goal is to change the direction and make them have different, instead of having one color, to make them 2 colored ends. It was interesting puzzle. So these are different shapes that you can take, 2 other different shapes. Now we're going to some other puzzles, 10 tiles, domino magic. This is just, you make the this series of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And you can have 4 solutions. For example, those are the 2 black solutions, where if you look at here, the orientation, this little thing here goes up, and here it goes down. And going from here to here is not very easy. It's a very interesting, let's say, actually this opens from here, and this opens from here. Something more interesting, this was 21 tiles. So this is one of the solutions based on the Mazon pieces, and this is the other solution. Looks like it's been people already played because they're around this table. And this one had a very nice look, looked like ivory. And the memory cube. Many of you need to know that I was here in 2000. It was before 2001. So I made a cube which is made out of 54 tiles. And the other goal, the other way that the cube was made was the Twin Towers. And you could see them at night, evening, noon, and in the morning. So I had different ways of seeing it. So I just wanted to make this. First, I made this part actually. This is the first part because I even made the artwork down here. It has very good detail. If you go to the Twisty Puzzle forum, you can see the actual small things that are placed. And when I counted how many tiles there were 54. So I said, 54. I can make a big cube as well out of this. So this is how I combine those two together. And to make it back to a cube, this was a very difficult, actually, because this was using the Rubik's, there was some Rubik's maze cube, 3x3 puzzle. So to find this thing was very hard. And of course, for me to stabilize, I had to use some rubber bands. You can see that, huh? Now, then the Secret of Atlantis had this sequel, the Paragon of Atlantis. So you have to do those two shapes here. And making those shapes by themselves was a challenge, not finding a solution. So it was getting more difficult. And of course, the last one of the trilogy was the Escape of Atlantis, where there was the mermaids or sirens, probably, and you had to escape to some sort of, let's say, submarine. Okay, this is one of the easiest puzzles of all, Magic also. So here you have some car racing around. And you hit, and the other side, this is scrambled. So you have to unscramble the other side from night to day, and then back to night. It was a pretty for some beginner, this is much better to play than the normal 12-tile Rubik's Magic. Because the 12-tile Rubik's Magic is very hard for beginners. This one is, you don't have many ways to divert, so it's very friendly. One of the friendliest puzzles, I didn't expect this actually, for a 12-tile. This was very friendly project. And what's Cubert? I love video games. So these are two solutions, the flat one and the three cubic ones. Now this one was easy to get. This one, it's a story behind this one. I lost the solution and I had to do it myself. It was bad. Anyway, so it's one of the nicest puzzles, this one as well. It looks very good. It's 18 tiles. Of course, I also like chocolates. So we have the Pantazis Sweetest Lactose Felicity and the Pantazis Heavenly Hazelnut Treasure. So you get some very nice chocolates there, the white one and the hazelnut one. Of course, I like sports as well, so you can see this is the goal, 6 tiles, and this is the football kids. I made two types, because I made this one, and then I reverse the stringing, and suddenly you get a different puzzle. And once you get a different puzzle, the solution becomes a little bit more difficult. So there are two versions for this. It was very interesting to know that the stringing does dictate also the way that the puzzle is easier made. Now, this is another puzzle which was the first one made with folding triangles. Many people thought it was very difficult and some even impossible, but it was very difficult actually to string them. This is why it was difficult for me to make more of them. And this is a Kalido code, which was one of them. You had to make sure that some of them did not share the same color. The theme was quite easy, actually. But there were different challenges as well. There was the 2D, you had the tetrahedron, and you also had the triangular pyramid. Then, there was the Iris Diamond. This one also sent to the competition in 2008, I think. Just to, I sent it just for people to see that it exists. It can be made. So the thing is similar. You need to make sure that there are not many colors together, the same colors, and it can be half octahedron or it can be a tetrahedron. So we have to find the solutions. This one only one exists.